Hey there, planner friends, and welcome back to Paper Made Me Do It. It's that time again. Time to get another week down in the books. I'm starting my plan for the week of Monday, December 9th, 2019, in my Hobonichi Weeks. I'm using the Nojigiku Weeks for 2020. It's the weeks that has that beautiful antique looking floral pattern on the cover, and it is a regular Weeks and not a Weeks Mega. I've tried the Weeks Mega twice before, and both times I've tried it, I didn't even come close to using all of the memo pages in the back of the book. Honestly, I've been using some form of the weeks since 2016, and even in the regular books, I've never used all the memo pages. So that's why I'm in a regular weeks for next year. I don't necessarily worry that I'll have enough memo pages in the back just based on how I use the book and how I plan. So I'm starting in, or I actually already went through the left side of the page and just added day-specific tasks and timed appointments that either are part of my regular schedule or time specific for this week. My son did have one orthodontist appointment this week. Otherwise, they're fairly standard tasks that I plan on a weekly basis, like my exercise classes. I have a standing work meeting that happens every other week that I record. My children's youth class on Saturday nights at church, and then of course church Sunday morning. Then I used a gray mild liner on the fine tip end to draw a line to kind of demarcate that third column for this week, and I'm going in adding the projected weather for the week. I always record the projected high temp and low temp for each day of the week, and then just hand doodle in the little weather icons. And so at the bottom of the square, as I've been accustomed to doing for several weeks now, I'm adding in my projected meal plan for the week, meals that I plan to cook each night, and I usually have one night of leftovers, and then on Sundays we generally dine out after church. The supplies that I'm using for this spread this week are the Sarasa Mark-On pen in a 0.4 millimeter in black ink. It is, I believe, some form of a gel pen. I ordered it from Jet Pens, and I'll include product links in the description below. But this pen was touted to be amazing under highlighters. It is not supposed to smear easily under highlighters like you'll commonly see with gel pens. Now, this is my first time to actually use it in a spread. I purchased it fairly recently, and I will say that I probably will try it again. I don't know that I'll be using it just 100% from here on out. Part of me, not that there was anything majorly wrong with it, but part of me is so used to using the Hobonichi multi-pen that comes with the planner when you order directly from Hobonichi that, I don't know, I just kind of missed it when I got done prepping the spread. So I won't be surprised if I go back to my Hobonichi pen next week. However, it was nice to give something new a try. What I did with the green Hobonichi stencil between the weather and my meal planning for next week was go in and add 8 of the tiny little squares in a grouping, and that is something new that I'm trying this week to track my hydration or water intake. I decided not to put a dedicated habit tracker on the right side of the spread this week, so I'll just specifically be tracking my water intake using those little squares. I'm going in on the right side of the memo page now after adding a strip of washi, and I absolutely love the way that washi looks. It's so pretty. That is a watercolor washi in the gray colorway that came from a recent Japanese stationery haul. I'll be sure to link that video in case you'd like to check it out, and I will link the description for that washi as well as some washi stickers that I use later in the spread. I'll be sure to link those in the description for you as well. Then I'm going in with my indexing for my grocery list for the week. I'll be using page 8 in the back of the book in the memo pages to make my weekly grocery list this week. Now I went in and made some boxes for my to-do list and to-buy list this week, and I wanted them to have that kind of a shadowed appearance on two edges. In hindsight, I would probably be just as fine to just do that by hand and not use the stencil for a guide. You can see right there, whoop, it got a little messy and some of the ink was kind of dragged down by the stencil. So if I do this pattern again in the future, I'll probably just do the highlighter by hand instead of using that stencil. I decided to go back and kind of test out again the highlighting over the Sarasa mark-on pen, and it does not smear, so it's definitely good for that. I just went in and highlighted the orthodontist appointment on the left side of the page for my son, just to kind of make sure that's bolded to my attention, because that's not obviously a weekly occurrence. I just wanted to be sure that I don't miss that. So I'm going in and just adding a few items to the to-do list, and this is something that will be added to throughout the week. Need to set up my kitchen Christmas tree, which I actually did later in the day, so I've marked that off. I made a cute little tabletop Christmas tree last year with all the miniature kitchen gadgets that you can find so easily now, like the miniature spatulas and whisks and all those good things, using those as ornaments, and it turned out super cute. So it is sitting in a colander on my kitchen table for the second year in a row. Now, instead of doing the full weekly habit tracker this week, I decided not to do that this week. I just put in December daily to remind myself to do an entry for December daily every day this week. And then I had some blank space at the bottom of the page, so I went in with a TWSBI fountain pen in a 1.1 stub nib and just wrote in a little inspirational quote. There are no traffic jams along the extra mile. And those washi stickers that I placed along the bottom of each page came from that recent Japanese stationery order that I had mentioned earlier. Just added some little strips of washi that looks like wood. I felt like that kind of fit in with the theme. And this is how the week turned out. I hope y'all are having a great week. Thank you for joining me and watching. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to my channel, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.